Hello, welcome back to day 3 of Adobe Summit and welcome to Think Tank. My name is Renell Hugh, product marketing at Adobe, and I'm here with Kelly Soligon, general manager of Microsoft Stores. Welcome, glad to have you here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so first off, I know you participated on Monday in the Think Tank. I wanted to get your thoughts. What are some of the highlights for you?
Yeah, well, it was a great experience, so thank you to Adobe for including me. The topic was experience makers, and we explored how personalization, design-led thinking, and emerging technology play into that space. And I think one of the things that hit me the most was thinking about customer privacy and how that's going to impact personalization, and just the really big role brands have in being transparent with their customers on the type of data we're collecting around them, how we're using that, and letting customers participate in that dialogue and really guide their personalization and their interaction with your brand. So that's had me thinking all week.
That's great. And you know that's a big part of what we're talking about when we think about experiences here at Adobe. So as you think about your role at Microsoft in terms of the Microsoft Stores, how do you think about building experiences for customers?
Yeah, I mean, that's what the Microsoft Stores were created to do. So we've operated stores for a little over 6 years, both brick and mortar retail and then digital storefronts as well. And we are that face of Microsoft to customers directly. And so for us, experience is really important, whether that be the experience you may have in a physical store, coming in, buying a computer, getting it set up, getting personal training, and like having the associates work directly with you, or the experience you have online in one of our digital storefronts. And so we're looking at, what type of shopping behavior and browsing behavior do our customers have, and then how do we serve up a more personalized, interactive web experience or digital store experience for them. So it's really key to what we're doing, bringing Microsoft to life for our customers.
Yeah, one of the things, and we talked about this before, but I worked at Microsoft for a little bit, and so I know that customer journey is a huge thing.
It is.
It's a key part. I know Microsoft really has to focus on having development of products and then kind of delivering it through store experience. Can you talk a little bit more about that, kind of how you kind of work along with all the teams to make sure that the carry through of your products through to the customers, through the stores, how that happens?
For sure. It's exciting because we get to carry the full Microsoft and assort the full Microsoft ecosystem, which you don't see in many retailers. And so it really depends on the customer and how they want to experience the product. But I could use an example of some work that I'm doing right now across our Microsoft.com storefront. And we're really looking at how do customers want to learn about our products and how do they want to buy them. And in the past, we've had some disparate learning and buying experiences. Like you might go research over here and then the call to action to buy, if the customer was interested, may not be there. Or you might land deep into a buying experience and be like, wait, I need to know more about this product before I get there. And so we're really working on, I always do this, bringing those experiences together so the customer can have an integrated learning and buying experience, and they can choose where they want to go within that. So they're not forced into a basket, but they're also, if they're not ready to buy, they can learn and explore more on their own, see ratings and reviews, interact with a chat assistant to learn more too. So we're really looking at how do you bring those two things together. It's an exciting part of what I'm doing right now.
That's amazing. So as I think about it, customer experience, we're talking about it, right? What has been the progression of these roles and how they have brought you to where you are now?
Okay. Yeah, so I've worked at Microsoft next month 16 years. It's gone fast. And I originally started in our advertising space, worked on big TV advertising, and then I moved to spent about 7 years in our US subsidiary focused on our commercial and enterprise business, and worked deeply with our field teams on our commercial products. And about 6 years ago, I got really interested in these Microsoft stores. We had announced that we were going to open, make a significant investment in physical stores, and we had the digital storefront there. And so I kind of aggressively pursued that group because I wanted to be closer to the customer. And that's what I love about retail and working in this part of the business, is that you're close to the customer. You can test and learn really fast. You can put something in market, especially digital, you can put something in market, see how customers react to it, and then optimize from that. And so I've really loved, being part of that. I started in the stores team when we had 6 stores, and we have over 100 now. We've brought together all of our digital storefronts under Microsoft Store as our brand. And so it's been a great journey, and I think so motivated to think about how do we interact with our customers directly as a brand. It's really fulfilling.
That sounds like you've had an amazing experience. How would you then characterize the change in retail you've seen over the course of your career?
Yeah, well, actually, my early career, if this counts as career, I was a cashier at a local hardware store, so that was my first retail experience. I learned a lot doing that. And then coming to retail at Microsoft, I think the retail landscape, it's a tough one right now, especially if you think about retailers that have been solely brick and mortar in the past and having to, figure out what they want their online retail experience to be for customers. And then you're seeing people like Amazon who've been solely digital coming in and making an investment in physical stores. And I think both of those show that there is a place in the customer experience for both in-person experiences and for digital experiences. And they can interplay and work together. And I like trying to figure that out of like, okay, would you want to research online, but when you really come down to it and you're going to buy a computer and you're going to spend, say, $500 on something, you want to feel it. And so you might come into a physical store to do that, and then you might go back and complete your purchase online, and that's all fine. And I think part of what, as retailers in this industry, we need to get through is breaking down some of the silos that exist in organizations, like, we get compensated this way, so this purchase has to happen in physical stores. And being able to break down those silos and put the customer at the center of it is like, because ultimately you want your customer to experience your products, love your products, use them, tell people about them, and it doesn't matter how they buy them. So I think that's probably the biggest challenge facing retailers, is reminding ourselves that the customer is the protagonist here, not our channel or our silo, and being able to really organize our teams that way so that we can be in service to the customer.
It's such an important point. It's one of the thoughts I had when I worked at Walmart, was that whole point. You have online, brick and mortar.
Yeah, and they're different organizations.
And so the great comment to make. So what have been some of the biggest challenges in the Microsoft storefront venture?
I think just building a brand. For many years, and Microsoft sold exclusively on the consumer side through our really valued channel partners. And so this was a big bet for us to say we still want to maintain those channel partners and key retailers that we work with who drive a lot of our business, but we also wanted to put a face to our Microsoft brand. And so it's been a fun adventure to be part of, but that was a challenge at first, of like creating that and then continuing to establish it, building awareness for our brand. Now we have all of our digital stores together, so your store in Xbox, your store in Windows, Microsoft.com, together with our physical stores under one umbrella brand of Microsoft Store, and really seeing that resonate with our customers and with the industry.
That's great. So what is your take on the idea of the retail apocalypse?
You mean like all malls are going to disappear and they're going to be turned into, restaurants and entertainment places? What I was saying earlier, I think there is a place for physical retail, brick and mortar retail. I do think it takes thinking differently though, because now customers have so many more choices of how and where they want to spend their dollars. I can spend it on my phone. I just bought something this morning on my phone really easily. I can do it online, and I can use services. And so what is the role of like the experience that you would have in person? And I think you have to work really hard as a retailer to what that is. We've tried to focus on how do we expose you to new technology that you may not be able to see anywhere else? So we have a lot of experiences in store around experiencing virtual reality or our HoloLens product, and then also services, because at the end of the day, we want to be helpful and in service of our customers. And so if you are like, hey, I'd really love to learn how to use PowerPoint better, come on into a Microsoft store. You can take a free personal training session or a class, and you can get more out of that product. We do a lot of programming as well around things that are important to us, like STEM education, and so we offer coding camps for kids completely free, because for us it's about exposing people to what's possible with technology, and ultimately that hopefully leaves a great impression on them of our brand, and then they want to continue their customer relationship with us.
That's great. Kelly, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's super
great
fun.
to learn a little bit more about you and hear a bit more about what Microsoft is doing.
It was great. Thank you so much.